Hey guys, this is Christopher, and in this video we're gonna go over 6 of the best side hustles you can do in 2025. All you need is your laptop and just getting started. So let's get into it. So the first example is Shopify and where you source products in China. This could be from Alibaba or a similar website, and maybe if you do some research, you can see there's not so much competition in a certain vertical. And this can be a great way to get started. Sometimes you can do it just where it's dropshipping. This means that you don't need to buy any products. Other times you need to buy a little bit of products. Maybe you could just buy 10 or 5 or 20. And also Shopify is almost for free the first 3 months. You only have to pay $1 per month the first 3 months. And I also have a link below and with a code you can use. So you can get started really at a really good price. And again, it really doesn't require much. All you need to do is you need to see where there is, how much competition there is within this product. And also what you can do is that you can private label this product. So maybe you find, I don't know, some gym equipment. And if you get a bit more quantity, let's say you could buy 100 or 500, then you can do private label. So you can put your own logo on or your own color. And this way you can stand out. And then later on, of course, you can expand channels to not only being your own web shop. So this is the first example. So again, it really doesn't require much. Of course, you need to do your research and see, okay, is there space for this product? But if you see some opportunity, then really this is super easy way to have an online platform to sell your own products. So the next one I want to mention is building a WordPress site on Hostinger and then doing affiliate. This is also, again, super easy. You don't need to know anything about web development. You just go to hostinger.com and you choose whatever plan you want, and then sign up. You get your domain, and then you can install WordPress, and then you can do a blog, for example. And then what you can do is that you find a niche that is really in your interest, in your field, and then make a lot of content of this. And of course, you can use ChatGPT to generate a lot of ideas and also some of the content. And then you can team up with companies that you like. So let's say, again, is gym wear. Let's say you like boxing. So you write a ton of content about boxing equipment, what you need to when you train or before a match or whatever. I know nothing about this. And then what you can do is you can go on Google and just search the name of that brand you like, and then just search affiliate. And then they, in most cases, they have an affiliate program. They might forward you to one of the, like there's some companies that is like the middleman between this, and it's like Impact. There's also Partner Stack, Awin, and a lot more. I'll put some links in the description. Make a lot of content and then be patient, and then over time you can get the traffic up, and then you can get commission for the traffic you send over to some of these companies you work with, some of these brands. So again, this doesn't cost anything. It's like $3-4 a month, so it's really nothing. It's just put in the time, and then slowly you can build a business. This one takes a bit of time because it is about Google indexing things and get the traffic up, but it is really a way to potentially make 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 a month. There's people making tons of money doing this. And last thing I want to mention is that you can also do this where you use Amazon. So if you can find a lot of products on Amazon that you like and that is relevant for your blog, then you can send that traffic to Amazon, and then they're gonna give you a cut. That can also be a model. There's a lot of opportunities here. But again, it can be a lot of work, but over time, it can really be a good way to have a passive income. The next thing is being a virtual assistant. And what I mean with this is kind of freelancing. You can go to Upwork, Fiverr, or all of these websites, and then you can offer your work. And it's kind of easy. If you go to Upwork, you can see here that there's like a ton of options. And I mean, we all have something we're good at and not so good at. And here there's probably some categories where you can help out with something. Maybe you can teach with something, or at least you can try to get that knowledge and try to put yourself out there. This can be a good way to make $20, $30, $50, $60 an hour if you manage to, get some experience and show that you are good in your field. But definitely an easy way to put yourself out there and offer your work. And yeah, I would recommend Upwork and Fiverr. I put the links below. Go ahead and check that out. One thing that is great is that it's virtual, so you don't have to drive somewhere. You just have your computer and you can help by teaching, or you can be an assistant, or whatever it is that you feel you can help with. The next thing is commission-based sale. And it's a bit of a broad term, but what I mean with this is that there's so many companies out there that is willing to make deals with you which just commission. So maybe you have a lot of experience in your industry or whatever you work with, and if you contact these companies, there's a good chance that they will say they will give you 10, 20, 30, 40% commission if you can get them an order or a lead or something like that. So here maybe it's more about looking, okay, what kind of network do I have? Where can I try to bridge two different things? Maybe you're really good at sales and you think there's a product that is really great. Maybe you can talk with that company and say, hey, I would like to try to help selling this product, and then maybe you could try to push that somehow. It's pretty basic, but it's an interesting way to make easy money and fast money, especially if you already have like the network or some kind of idea of how you want to approach this. So I think this one is really interesting. It's something I've done myself. Good way to make some money on the side. The next one is social media, and this can be either YouTube, it can be TikTok, or any of the other channels, and try to build a personal brand and try to get a lot of traffic, and then later on you can do sponsorships, a bit like I mentioned with the whole blog thing with WordPress. This is just more where you use your face and more like the video format of it, but it's kind of the same. You try to find a niche, make a lot of content about it, just like I try here to make content. This is still a new channel and still me learning, but that is also a way to over time make money. Again, you need to be patient with this. It takes time. For example, with YouTube, you need to have 1,000 subscribers before you can get Google ads and make some money. Until then, it's only commission or sponsorships if you manage to get that. So it can also be hard work, but if you feel you have something interesting to bring to the table, then this can also make a lot of sense. So the next one is Amazon FBA. Basically, this is selling products on Amazon. The tricky thing here is that you really need to find, again, a niche. You need to find a product that is not already oversaturated, but if you find that one, then you can buy, let's say, a small quantity of products, let's say in China, and then you ship them to the Amazon warehouse, and then Amazon basically fixes everything. Though there's some things to keep in mind. Of course, Amazon takes a big cut, that's one thing. The next thing is that in the beginning, you might have to sell your products at cost, more or less, just because you need to get the reviews, because Amazon is all about reviews. So you need to just sell the products and not really make money. Or, I mean, maybe you can make money, but you should not expect to make much, let's say the first 6 to 12 months. But after that, maybe you have the reviews and Amazon is gonna suggest you, and then you can get a lot of orders and make a lot of money. And again, this doesn't require much of an investment. Maybe it can be $1,000 or $5,000 or $2,000. So it's not a whole lot, and it is easy to set up your account on Amazon. So the last one I want to mention is making a digital product. And this could be anything from ebook to community thing, where you have, let's say you have videos in a community behind a wall. Maybe you can make some content that is really valuable that people are willing to pay for. This is something a lot of people do on YouTube. They specialize into something, and then they try to, instead of working with different companies, then they make their own product behind a paywall. And this can be a great way to make a lot of money. The challenges with this one is that you might have to build a brand first or some other things to make people really believe in you and want to buy that vision or believe that you are the expert in your field. But it's a really interesting way to go. So definitely something that is also really interesting. You can also do, as I said, an ebook. Maybe you have some knowledge that is people are willing to pay for it. I hope you found these side hustle ideas useful, and hopefully one of them matches a bit your skill set or what you like to do. So I hope you liked it. And also I dropped some links to, if you want some free stocks, then you can get it with Mumu and also Webull. So please check them out. Again, that is also, if you have a little bit of cash on hand, you can invest that and get some free stocks. So definitely something that is worth checking out. And lastly, I just want to thank you for, if you're still here watching the entire video, thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe and like. It will be a huge help for me to continue making a lot of great content. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.